How you guys doing?
Good.
Wake up, wake up. Only 3 of us left. So I'm Diane Crawford. I'm with HereHere. We are a radar for colleagues because some things are just better done in person. So the problem that we have is really, when you work for a mid to large size company, it's really difficult to find employees that you work with. You need to talk to your boss to get some information to get your jobs done. And if you work on a large campus like this, you work in a multi-story building with hundreds of employees, how do you do that? It's a lot of lost productivity, a lot of time, and there's cost around that. And I actually talked to somebody here who works for a large chip manufacturer in town, and they said they spend around 15 minutes a day looking just for their manager to get information that they need. And so I did some back-of-the-napkin math, and that equates to about a week and a half a year. So about, if they're like a mid-salary level employee, $2,500 a year for one person at this large chip manufacturer. So we see a really compelling story behind that. So the solution for this is a radar for colleagues. So where are the people that you need to talk to get your work done? What we built that you're going to get to see actually is an indoor locator. We use Bluetooth technology, so this is technology that exists on the laptops that we brought, the phones that we brought, which we're going to use in the demo. And and it locates the colleagues that you're looking for in whatever room that they're in, so it'll specify the conference room. And so with that, I think we should actually step into a demo. So while Dee's getting this set up, and we're actually going to be looking over here on the TV, I've got my friend Jonathan somewhere in the back of the room. Here he is with his phone. He's got his iPhone with him, and he's going to help me do this. So we're going to have Jonathan step out of the room. He's going to go into one of the conference rooms. I don't know which, but we've got them wired up with our technology. And he's going to turn on his Bluetooth, make it discoverable, and because he's registered with our network, he's going to appear, in theory, if the demo goes well, on our map. So Dee's going to do a quick scan and show that there shouldn't be anybody on the network yet. And what this does is it actually scans for Bluetooth, discoverable Bluetooth devices, and it only shows devices that have registered with the network. So there's some privacy in that. So if you want to be a part of this and you want to use this at your company, you have to register with the system before your device is going to show up. And it only works indoors. So when you leave the building, you as an employee, your company's not going to be tracking that you went to the strip club or, and I'm not judging, but yeah. So here we see Dee up in the upper right-hand corner. He went to, I think that's the LA conference room here. This is actually Urban Airship. So very exciting that our demo worked. Our sacrifice to the demo check-ins worked. So just one more time to stress, this is existing technology. We used laptops and phones that we had. Our solution is both cloud and local, so we can run it up in the cloud, but if it's a larger corporation, they can have their own local server and run it that way. And one more time, it's indoor only, so when employees leave the building, they're not going to be tracked any longer. So where we see the market is within mid-sized to large corporations. So this is an enterprise play for sure. We pulled some statistics, and there are over 100,000 businesses within the United States that have over 100 employees. So obviously a great target market for us. We talked to a couple of IT administrators over the weekend, 4 of them actually. 2 of them were in a mid-sized company. One is doing consulting at this point, but has worked for a number of organizations, and then one works for a larger organization here in town, and they all felt that this was a really compelling product and something that they would love to see a little bit more of and understand how it works in their organization.
1 minute.
Great. And so with that, just to cover kind of what we felt like we accomplished over the weekend, we've got a working prototype, which you guys had a chance to see, and we're super excited about that. Great team collaboration. This is an amazing group to work with. And we validated our market. And I can tell who's reading the slides and not listening to me, because you got the Monica Lewinsky joke, so bonus for you. And so with that, if we can go to the next slide. Thank you very much. We're HereHere because some things are better done in person.
Any questions?
Yeah, I have one question.
so when people are looking, this is really when someone is like getting a, what kind of information they're looking for? Are they getting a document signed? Is there something that they can do via text message, or do they really have to be in front of that person?
So the use case that we really see for this is one in which you're at your desk and you need to speak to your boss. There is time lost and time spent between you leaving whatever work it is that you're doing to go locate that person. So if you're able to check if that person is there, you may never even have to break your concentration and leave to do that. And then there's also cases in which you may need to locate a person so that you may direct somebody else to do that. So we really see this as a service that can be used to save people time as well as to help people find people.
Can I add something to that? We also think that there's a great tie-in with group messaging that's directed just towards your workplace. So if you know that somebody's in the area, you could actually text them and say, please stop by my office, and you'll go back. So a lot of time savings.
So wouldn't a competitor, a competing technology to this be push to talk, really?
Yes and no. The difference between our solution and push to talk is that really it enables any company that uses Wi-Fi and is able to invest in relatively cheap hardware to track or use that technology to figure out where their people are. So in relation to push to talk, it's a completely different technology.
And so there's two components, right? So there's the monitoring side as well as the phone side, right? So how do you ensure that when I maybe don't want to be found, I don't log in?
That's a very good question, and one of the things that we made sure we wanted to address was the security issues. This is a opt-in system, so you would not be found or you would not be tracked if you did not want to.
But therein lies the problem, right? Because if I don't really want to be found, but I still need to be found, the problem still exists because I need to be found.
So you're saying that there would be a case for which you need to be found, but you have disabled this service?
Or I just didn't log in.
Yeah, so the idea behind this is to actually help people within a IT company managed environment to track their people. So in this case, if you have a laptop that's IT registered, there's a really good chance that you can be found. So in our use case, we wouldn't really run into that issue.
So is the answer then that it would, the technology, your technology would automatically run upon booting up or whatever?
Yes.
So the second I walk into the building with my phone, it's already on, it's just now starts working, right?
Yes.
Okay, so there's the answer. Okay, got it now. Now I get it.
What is the sense?
I'd have to force myself off the system rather than remember to log in.
Yes.
Got it.
The GPS can tell you you're in the building.
And you can make yourself undiscoverable on Bluetooth, and that's going to take you off the system.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's a hardware sensor that goes in every room?
No.
Not necessarily. So we managed this weekend to build a minimal viable product that only relies on software and existing technology. So if you already have a Bluetooth emitting device and, as I said, a Wi-Fi network within your office space, you could potentially use our solution today.
Cool, so it uses everybody's devices.
Yeah.
Create your own.
It uses existing devices, plus if you need more Bluetooth sensors to make your network more accurate, these USB dongles can be inserted into any empty USB port and cost less than $10 at retail. They're very inexpensive. There isn't anything within 100 times of this in the real-time tracking market right now in terms of cost.
So how do you intend on selling it?
That's back to me. So that would be an IT sale for sure. I think for some of the smaller organizations, we could hit executive management, and that would be applicable. I think there would be interest in work groups, especially within larger organizations. You have projects going on where people want to use this. But I really think as far as efficiency of sales, we would start with IT. Because they're going to want to know about this and manage it.
Spend some time on that subject because I predict a very long sales cycle here. And so just a high sales conversation. So FYI.
Okay.
Okay, that's time. Good job, guys.